Hello and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to day 24 of Christy's from Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, Series 5. And today's sketch is from scrapfriends.com.au, so an Australian blog, and it's a sketch from 2012, but I think it's just a timeless and classic. It's a beautiful, beautiful sketch. And if I may say so, I think it made a beautiful layout. So let's go see what I did. So I stayed, I think, fairly close to the sketch. And I used, of course, my How to Kill a Kitten style from April. That is based on the beautiful Cocoa Vanilla Unforgettable. So a lovely Aussie company as well. And then this bottom part is from Chamel's Sparkle City. I had ordered some extra paper from that. And then the backside of it is that the beautiful umbrella paper. So I kept the top part, of course, for another layout. So this layout lends itself perfectly to one of my favorite designs, the 1/3, 2/3 type design with just a little border here in the middle. I think my pages may be a little simpler, although I did bring in some of the florals. I did not. Now I noticed here that I think there was maybe a little bit of mixed media underneath, but I chose to go with sort of this pattern that reads as a solid instead, because I really wanted this beautiful watercolor paper in the background to shine through and to stand out. So of course I paired it with a little bit of black, which makes my photos pop, but I think also makes that background pop. And I used washi, so yay me, this is some washi tape. So I started with just the basic premise of just using, getting my background ready. And then I was trying to figure out how I would do the photos, because I had done a collage and I printed this photo on, it's more than a 4x4, but not quite a 4x6. And then I realized that if I used punches or if I used dies, I was, cutting something off that I really didn't want to cut off. So what I decided to do is basically leave the photo whole, die cut it out in a big circle and back it with the black, and then cut 2 smaller circles and just add 2 stickers on them. So this is not in my album. It's going to go in my nephew's travel album, their trip to Italy in 2017. This was in the airport coming back and boarding the plane. So if they want to write a little bit of a story here, a little bit here, I might go back and just put the year here in some little tiny puffy stickers, if I can. Now the Pink Fresh, I really love those little tiny Pink Fresh stickers, but they don't have numbers. So I'm going to have to try and find something tiny. So instead, that's the way I went. And this is, of course, from the Unforgettable. It's one of the stickers. Is it Unforgettable or from Midnight? It's one of the two, because I brought in my leftovers from Midnight into this kit. So I got my photos down. I mounted the main photo on foam. These are flat to the page. Then I got this lovely larger floral out and sort of put it so that I wouldn't miss anything. But the bottom of the photo here was sort of not completely round, so it needed something to cover it up. So we did that, but I tried to make sure we would see the faces and the photos properly. So I got that mounted on foam. Then flat to the page, another little floral. This was a die cut, something that I had used my dies on a little while ago that was just in my bowl. So I brought the sort of florals up around the circle. There was a little bit of an awkward gap here, so I used one of those gorgeous butterflies from Unforgettable, mounted on foam as well. So this layout turns out to be quite dimensional. I put a butterfly here. This flat on the photo, mounted on foam, of course. Then on this side of this lovely floral, I cut a piece off here because it was sort of sticking out a little awkwardly, and I tucked it in here, tucked in another little leaf. And then, as I always do, then I sort of looked and I said, okay, so now where do I have the space to put my title and my embellishments? And usually the layout just tells me where to go. As in this case, I had this beautiful area right here for Ciao e Grazie. So I put that here, but I didn't want to go all the way over here. So I figured then that would create another little bit of a gap. But so I got these are Vicky Bouton thickers. I got my title down. That left me a perfect little spot for another butterfly. So I would have my lovely triangle mounted on foam. And then that left me another little gap. So just perfect here. Family together, the best, and memories. Then filled in the little holes with the enamel dots that come from the Unforgettable collection. Then I went up here to this little area, which was sort of cut out and gave me a couple of little divots. So wonderful, life is good, be present. So I got a lot of word stickers used on this one, and I'm really beginning to enjoy using word stickers. So I'm going to continue on that. I think it's fun. It sort of takes the place of journaling because I'm not going to journal on pages that aren't mine, but sometimes I want to give a little bit of the feeling I had with the photo or the layout. So the word stickers work perfectly for that, and they don't take away from the person being able to do their own journaling. Filled in yet again my little gaps here with some more of the enamel dots. And then over here, a little divot here and a little divot there. And there you go. That is my day 24 layout. I love it. Cocoa Vanilla, this Unforgettable collection is just so beautiful. This layout makes me smile. It reminds me of a spring garden. April has been a little chillier than normal. We have had some beautiful weather. I've been able to get out on my walks, but maybe not as much as I was actually able to do towards the end of March. But now I'm pre-recording this sort of a week or so ahead. So by now I might be telling you today that it's absolutely gorgeous. I hope I am. So tell me, do you have a favorite collection this spring? Do you have a collection that you've had your eye on, that you thought, okay, I'm rewarding myself for all this confinement and quarantine business and I'm getting a lovely collection? Are you just respecting your freeze if you're on it, but making yourself a beautiful springtime, brighter little bit of a kit at home? And if so, what collection is it based on? Or is it just a mishmash of all sorts of favorite papers? Because that's another way that you can put some kits together. Please don't forget to pop on down below, of course, and see what all my lovely friends are up to today and their beautiful projects. And we will be back tomorrow with day 25, which will also be Christmas in April. So we will have some extra people playing along, not with the sketch, but there will be some extra inspiration for you tomorrow to get some of those Christmas layouts or cards or small stocking stuffers done. See you tomorrow. Thanks for being here. Bye.